At this point, I'm down to like the last 4 major ROs that I've got sitting around at the moment. I'm down to 4 or 5, and I'm just grabbing a box and bringing it in and getting it done. So this is technically RO number 30 for 2025. This is an old version of the Ameritron without the remote, als-500m. Yeah, it's got 4 Toshibas in it, as we can clearly see. The DIY home mechanic has been in here, and this has come apart. I've got the rest of the pieces and parts over here in a little medicine jar. So at least I got all the parts to put it back together. The combiner has let the Jesus smoke out, which is no big deal. My first job here is to assess damage. So this is the kind of guy that if he's got 1 or 2 transistors burned up, let's go ahead and use the Toshiba transistors. If not, I think he's probably going to want to switch over and do HGs. He says kind of what I remember from my phone call that I had with him yesterday. So I don't see this taking too much time. I've got this down to a science now, yo. Like, I've been doing these like crazy. This is a 1996 model. We know that because of the inspection sticker. I'm sure that's not when this thing was sold, but it would be relatively close. If we take a moment and we look at the inside construction of this, we'll see some dramatic differences. Because there's no network cable remotes in the front, this thing is way less cluttered. We'll see that the heatsink is not anodized in black, which it is in some of the N models. We'll see that they're using the old school flapper relay. The band board looks about the same. Same fan, same on-off switch, same control board, same combiner. 5-watt resistors, 5-watt resistors, 5-watt resistors. And to my friends in the CB community, suck it. The CB community really believes that if you use a 5-watt resistor, you're trying to hide imbalance no matter what. And I try to explain to them that it burns up the same no matter what, just the 5 watts make more stink. Because in the CB community, watt meters are like, nah, we don't need that in a mobile. Anyhow, this is actually soldered very well. I can't believe I just said that. I just said that. Why? Why did I let those words leave my lip hole? I don't know. It's probably because the soldering in this amp is actually fairly decent. Let's look at this for a second. The current, if you were to get something that was made by Ameritron in the last 10 years, 15 years, the solder work would not look this good on its best day. So that's probably why I said it. But what they did with these newer models, or the older models, is this is a piece of copper, this little flat, flappy. They're trying to get more current to the top of the transistor, right? Base emitter to the collector legs. So I can't unsolder these transistors without breaking them unless I go in and I remove this bar, which is no big deal. The newer ones, because they didn't give a shit, this little solid piece of copper, instead of coming all the way up to the edge of the transistor, like you can see that it literally comes right up to the housing of the transistor, like right up to the edge. See this here? Like right up to the edge of the transistor. They didn't give a shit in the newer ones, and this tab is a lot smaller. So I've got to pull these 2 caps out, and then I've got to unsolder these 2 tabs, and then I can take the transistors out. So it's a little bit more work, but not too bad. When the combiner goes up, that tells me automatically we don't have any 10 ohm resistors per se. We do here, but they don't burn up. There's a lot more resistor there, and the ohm load is way less. So the only thing that we have an indication that says that one of the transistors has gone open is that we get an imbalance back here on the combiner. So really the easiest way to tell is with some skills of a ninja. We get in here and we just remove these copper tabs, and then we lift the transistors out and we test each one of them. So when we return, this will be all disassembled. The power wires are going to come out because he wants the upgrades and everything. And I'm going to take power wires out to give me a little bit more room to work. So when we come back, we'll have transistors sitting on a paper towel with transistor checker. Hi, it's me again. Remember how we were just talking about how the solder work on here was really epically good for MFJ's quality? So I just started taking this portion of the 4-pill section apart. Let's see if you guys see it yet. I mean, I'm zoomed in pretty good on it. It's literally dead center in the screen here. Let me show you here. Oh boy. I honestly don't think these were ever soldered down. That's amazing. Let's see here. No, those are soldered in. Yeah, that's definitely soldered. I don't think these were ever soldered down. So the words that just left my mouth hole about how the solder work on this thing was really good compared to what they produced today, I take all of that back. I take it all back. Well, let's see what we got here. This is the side the caps weren't hooked up on. God, and the one and only time I let myself make a compliment to MFJ. Shit. It's got a gain of 61. Oakley doke. That's a good transistor. A good transistor. And this one, gain of 60. That's a good sign. All right. $59. Interesting. I might have to go figure out something else that's broken on this son of a gun. Or maybe it was just the capacitors that weren't hooked up. I doubt it though. Let's see here. Here we go. Dead. Dead. Dead, I say. Yay. Okay, so not crazy. No caps hooked up on those. Got a gain of 59 over here. And one dead Toshiba. All right, all right, all right. Let me call the customer. Well, on the downhill side of things here, mixing up the epoxy, I just got done dremeling out the combiner board, which you guys have all watched me do about 100 times. Let that self-level in there. And then I got the final board all put together on the amp over here. And once this epoxy sets up, I got a little bit of work I got to do on this board to get it cleaned up. It's been a rough day. Just got some bad news about a friend. One, two, three. I'm really ready to be done out here for the day. But I can't. I'll get this done and then move on to the next thing. Anywho's, let's take a look at this while that's doing its thing. So we went ahead and we replaced this transistor here. And then we got new thermal compound. I put all this back together and tested everything. So once I get the combiner board put back in, we'll give everything a nice alcohol wash and make this look all pretty. And we're going to do a very slight power wire upgrade on the inside of this thing. The customer said that we started talking and he figured out that I can work on the als-500, which is a completely different animal than this. And his enthusiasm of getting this repaired dropped almost completely to zero. And he's all about getting his als-600 repaired. Like, okay, well, we can still get the parts for it. I don't see why we can't get it fixed. So he's all excited about that. So now he's like, just get it running. I don't care. Get it running and let's go get the other thing going. I'm like, okay. So this went from the full Monty, full blown, let's do everything in the universe to it, to just get it running and get it back to me, and I've got this other thing I want you to work on. And I'm like, oh, damn, I talked myself out of a job here, but it's all good. It'll work out in the end. So, I'll get the resistors down on this. We'll get this mounted back in. We'll get everything soldered back up to it. We'll get the power wires run real quick, and when we come back, we should have about a 90% put together, ready to run amplifier, and we're going to use the stock power plug. He does not want to upgrade that, nor does he want to upgrade the wires going out, so we'll just leave all that alone. I wish you guys could have seen this tin before I started. I mean, it was just beat to holy hell, this lid. So I went in and I squirted some prettiness on it. And yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. So we got this all put together. This is done. Very small power wire upgrades on the inside. This is all put back together. We'll test that here in a minute. This is what we got to sit down and talk about next. So I find myself in a kind of interesting position here. As soon as the customer, and I said this in a couple segments back, as soon as the customer found out that I'd be able to repair his other amplifier, he immediately lost interest in wanting to be able to get this thing repaired and says, nope, 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 no, let's focus on just getting this fixed with the most minimal amount of cost. So here's the power wires that showed up. With this piece of equipment. So I guess I'll be a brave man and I'll unwrap one of these. I guess if these are soldered together, now this gentleman's been around for a minute and he's a smart guy. Oh, it's red on top of black. Okay, well, let's, I gotta see what's underneath this. I guess if the connections are soldered, I'm gonna just let it go. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up tearing this whole plug apart and we're gonna end up replacing these leads. Like I said, this guy's been around for a minute, and I want to believe here we go. No? Where's the end of the tape? No? See, it's still semi-flexible. That's why I'm kind of a question. Here we go. 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 Damn it. Well, shit. Okay. All right. Well, instead of unwrapping 3.5 miles of electrical tape, I just went ahead and I just cut everything out, put new wires and new eyelets. No, the fuses aren't necessary. We've covered that many times. Oh. Although it makes people feel better that they have fuses sometimes, but I think this is getting used on a power supply, number one, and number two, if you do this in a mobile, put the fuse all the way at the battery, and yeah. We know the drill. So here we are. We're on 160 meters. 11111. That's our pass through. We've all seen me do this 100 times on video. 1111111. So. Hello, 111 and 111. Right at our 700 watts of power. Come back one notch. We'll come up here. So now we're on 80 meters. 1111. Let's come over here. 111111. 111111. Anyhow, we got full output. Hello, 11. Let's go ahead and we'll come on up one more notch. All right, 20. Hello, 111. Drive. Hello, 1111. Let's come up here. 111111. Let's come up one more notch. Come here. Go here. 1111. Input. 111. Let's come down here. Let's check out our output. Hello, 11. One more notch. Come up here at 21 megahertz. 11. Let's drive. Hello, 111. And we'll come over here and we'll look at the radio. Hello, 11111. Now let's go to the aux position. 28. 111111. 11111. And our 500 watts of power. Hello, 1111. 469. Working on all bands and all modes. Back to fully working. Let's take a look here at our combiners. Not too awful hot. We'll see they're 8 degrees over background temperature. Our transistors are all working. Attenuator's working. Let's take a look at our bias board. It all looks good. I think we're in top shape. That's that. So now all I got to do is I want to adjust the fan a little bit to make it so that the fan kicks on at a little bit lower temperature. Give this a better chance of living. Let's see where this turns off at. We'll be back. So here's the goal. Within just a 10-15 seconds, I'm sitting in a room that's about 72 degrees right now. About 10 or 15 seconds of me keying this thing. I want that fan to kick on, and then I want it to run for a minute, maybe a minute and a half after I get done transmitting, to give everything the opportunity to cool down. So let's see what happens here. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's perfect. And we patiently wait. And we patiently wait some more. And then we patiently wait just a little bit more. And then we patiently wait just a hair more. Just a hair more. Remember, we don't have the lid on it. Success. I'm going to call this another one in the fixed pile, and we're going to get it all boxed up. I'll put the tin on it. Finally get to take the hardware out of the medicine bottle, and we'll get this whole thing put back together. Like I have said, I'm getting ready to take on work the first of this upcoming month. I've been repeating myself quite a bit on the phone here lately. The first of this month, I'll probably take on 20 repairs, and that's, let's see, we're in January, February, so March 1st, I'll probably take on 20 more repairs. And the whole idea is that I take on those 20, I work that 20, I get down to like the last 5, that's where I'm at now, and I'll take on more work. And that keeps me from being in the position where I've got to deal with people saying, where's my amp, it's been there a year, blah, blah, blah. We've worked our way past that. So that and send the amp, you get it back within a couple months. I mean, novel idea, right? And it only took me almost a decade to get there. But that's my intention. When I sat down, I only took 20 repairs at the beginning of this year. And here we are the second month of the year, and I'm already talking about taking on work again. So save that date in your phone, and I'd call as soon as I open, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'll issue out the RO numbers till they're gone. And then I really hope everybody sends them in. Because I took like 35, gave out 35 RO numbers and only received like 19 pieces of equipment. So if I give you an RO number, you got to be serious about it and actually send it in. So, but back to this. We're done. I want to say, gentlemen, thanks. Any questions, comments, anything I can do to help you out, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me a text. There's my phone ringing right now. On that note, I say I appreciate every single one of you. Super shout out to my Patreons. Big thank you to these guys' support. Without them, I wouldn't get to be here doing this on YouTube because YouTube doesn't pay. Gentlemen, thank you. From the biggest mud duck in Idaho, I said, I'll see you. Click, click.